First in the tank is a convenient version of a popular cuisine.
Chong! We are pumped to be here. My name is Doc.
My name's Chong.
And we're from...
Cup Bop! My name's Song. I'm living in Utah for I think it's about 18 years. So my company's name is Cup Bop. Cup means cup, bop means rice. So Cup Bop. Bottom have a rice, cabbage mix on the top, 100% sweet potato noodle tag. You can choose different kind of proteins, chicken, beef, pork. We have a 38 store in the United States. We got 120 stores in Indonesia. The Cup Bop goal is like really simple. Taking the Cup Bop to the space, to the moon. I want to take the Cup Bop to everywhere.
I've never seen people saying, you know what, that restaurant is really fun.
I don't want to say that was the marketing purpose even. If my best friend making ramen, even though that ramen tastes not good, I'm okay.
That's the brand identity we try to create.
I'm from South Korea, Seoul. I was slacker. I never studied my life. So my mom and my parents actually told me, just be healthy. When I actually get into high school, I have about like 10 best friends. They're all dancers, except me. I actually learned dance from each members. I start a little late, but when I actually start the b-boying in Korea, I was pretty good because I worked so hard. I practiced like 8 hours every single day. I almost making my album with my teams. My favorite manager actually came to me saying, hey, John, I think you can be really popular, but not this way. With this kind of face, cannot succeed on TV. If you can do a little comedian, you can be super famous. Can you try it that way? That night, I dropped everything. My mom, my dad, they actually make the deal between them and me. If you can stay 6 months in US, after that, you can do whatever you want. I really don't want to go to the US because I don't speak English at all. That was when I was 26, I think 26. I directly came to Utah, Salt Lake City. I just want to go back to Korea every single day. So I was like staying in the rooms all day long, just listening to the music, watching TV, that's all. I don't want to asking the money to my parents. I trying to get a job. So I went Korean restaurant because I don't have to speak English well. But all the customer was the American people. I want to get some more tips. I have to open my mouth. Because like waiters, that time they only pay me $2.50 per hour. Everything is about the tips. So if I serving nicely, they give you more tips. So I showing the magic, I showing 손금, 관상 읽어주고, 마사지도 해주고. When I share my love, my extra things, and they really like it. So they actually asking my schedule. When do you work? Then they coming. I got a lot of tips.
I was born in Gwangju, southwest part of Korea. I danced. I did ballet in middle and high school. I was good enough, I think. One day I thought that I had no confidence to become a top ballerina. Just few people who studied abroad became really successful. I thought I would never have that kind of opportunity. Instead, I thought like, what can I do? I really liked speaking English. One of my mentors, he said like, why don't you go to America to study? When I quit dance, my mom was pretty happy because like, oh, I'm gonna start saving some money because she quit dance. But right away, I immediately said I want to study abroad. My college life, it was boring. I only studied and studied and studied. In my junior, I was in charge of the Asian Festival in college. Asian Festival is to introduce different Asian cultures from different countries. I was in charge of the Korean part, and I was making a choreography, mixing Korean traditional dance, hip hop, and break dance. But I knew nothing about break dance. One of my friends who had a crush on my husband said, I know one person who used to be a break dancer, so we can invite him to practice. So I was like, okay. I never expected that I would fall in love with him. When I got to see him again to get some help for breakdancing for the Asian festival, I was pretty impressed with his courtesy, and kindness. He's a person who always try to help others. I think, it's quite different between these two approaches because like a person who thinks like, oh, I'm really professional, I'm good enough, some people, they tend to lead the group, they want to lead the group. Another person like my husband, just watches at first and finds out what kind of support and help he can possibly provide by not interfering the group. Because of that, a lot of people around him, surrounding him, always followed my husband. He's a shining person wherever he goes because of his personality. I already knew he didn't like studying. I had a belief that no matter what kind of job he gets, what kind of career he would eventually get, he would completely support his family with responsibility and dedication.
Got married 2007. I was working with my brother-in-law. So he was a dental technician. He used to own the dental lab. After that, I have to sitting like 8 hours every single day. It's not fit my personality. So I actually asked him, hey, can I do the sales? He said, hey, I don't want you to go outside because you don't speak English at all. Give me a 1 week. Let me show you what I got. But after 1 week, I brought a lot of doctors and he got shocked. What did you do? I do massage, 손금 이런 거 막 했더니 all the doctors, they really like me. One day, I just decide I want to do my own business. And all of my idea, I actually wrote down the little note. So I actually talked to my wife. What do you think about this idea? She hate all. The last idea was the Gorilla VIP. It's a little coupon. So like if I show them my VIP card, I got a discount from the restaurant. That was my first business.
At that time, we're really poor. That's when Apple introduced the very first iPad. So restaurant membership business, including IT techniques such as a website or app or, we knew nothing about it. We created a website and he started sales and then I wanted to support him. I remember one day waiting for my husband in a car with 2 children sleeping in the car. It was late at night and we're driving together looking for a restaurant. And then we found this restaurant and he said oh, I'll come back, just wait here. And he went inside and I was sitting waiting for my husband for about an hour and a half while he did sales. And he came back into the car showing this little check for $50 and then said, that was our very first earning for the business. So it was not a big amount of money. Actually, I couldn't say anything but cried because I knew how much he tried to get the very first client for the business. He didn't immediately get a client right after we started business. I think it was about 3 to 4 weeks after we started it. That very moment, I couldn't say anything but very appreciated for his try and effort because I understood his excitement. I think that's the greatest foundation of this family.
Okay. Hey, what's going on? Something like that.
It's all good.
Super hot.
Super hot. Come on. All right. Sandy Country Club, concert up there. 200 bowls that we're hoping to sell. They guaranteed 100. Do this! Come on!
And one day I saw the food truck in University of Utah. At the same time, I watching documentary about Noryangin Cup Bop in Korea. That area, everybody doesn't get a job. They're trying to go to academy to get a good job. That's the Noryangin area. A lot of people has no time. A lot of people has no money. They want to go like 2,000원짜리 Cup Bop, grab and go. So I thought, oh, that might be really work in United States. It was like hit me like that. Then I don't have the dishwashers. Just a little paper cup, I can put everything and grab and go. I like the food, but I don't want to wait 7-8 minutes. So I thought, oh, if I want to do the business, that's my style.
So first of all, let me explain the overall situation in food truck industry in Utah. There were only a few food trucks actively running at the time. When he first told me that, hey Yeti, I want to open a food truck with Korean barbecue, like in a Korean food, and I was like, here in Utah, food truck? And then I've never seen any type of food truck, in Utah, especially Korean food. And then a lot of people didn't even know Korean restaurants were existing in Utah. Maybe some people didn't even know I was, whether I was from North Korea or South Korea. Our previous business, Gorilla VIP, was doing well. So when he first brought up the idea of Cup Bop, I was like, what? Now? If he says I want to do this, he's got to do it. So I said okay, we're going to do it, but when and how? And he immediately bought a food trailer on the day, I guess. In 2013, we had 3 children, and the last one was only about a year old.
The first day we sold out. So I thought, yeah. But second days, not a lot of people actually came to me. What should I do? I thought this gonna work really well, but it's not working. But I don't want to just stand up waiting the customer. So I start playing some game with my partners. 가위바위보, 진 사람 막 spicy sauce 막 먹고 소리 지르고 막 놀기 시작했는데 suddenly people actually looking at us. What are you doing, those Asians? Why they are so happy? Why they are dancing? So I talked to my partner and said, wow, they're looking at me. So we start yelling it. Suddenly people actually came to our food truck and make the line. People bring the phone and making video for us. They put in the social media. So bring a lot of followers to our social media page. That's how we started the Cup Bop. Dog is late.
My bad, guys. Obviously, we had that big bump in May, right?
Yeah.
And I think we absolutely have the opportunity to hold here and go back up. To your point, upselling.
Yeah, I'm trying to still be patient about marketing.
So there are food trucks coming every week, once a week. I think it was Thursdays. And there was this bright yellow truck, and I was like, whoa, that's really bright. And it was Korean barbecue in a cup. And I was like, what the hell, Korean? Is there no Koreans in Utah? And so I was super excited. When I first tried it, it was at the very beginning. There weren't that many people, but I was so excited, tried the food. It worked for me. I would say the food itself, it may not work for Koreans because it's not catered for Koreans or Asians really for that matter, but for the mainstream kind of American taste buds, it works. And so it worked on me. And another thing that really impressed me, outside the food, even more than the food, was the energy it had. The kind of the stereotypical Asian restaurant you think about, people usually think the food's really good, but the place is not very clean. The customer service is subpar. That's kind of the stereotype, right? Cup Bop turned that completely upside down. These Asians screaming, dancing, high-fiving super loud. That's not the typical Asian restaurant feel. And so that was super, super impressive. And it was enjoyable to just go there to interact. And the line just kept getting longer and longer and longer and longer. And that's when I thought, wow, this place, this brand could really go places.
When people talk about restaurants, they usually say, oh, the food is delicious or service is great, but I've never seen people saying, you know what, that restaurant is really fun. That's the brand identity we try to create.
Okay.
I believe this is a private party held by Ryan Smith, who was the founder and CEO of Foodtruck. Hey, what's up, man?
So my recommendation, do combo with the cocoa and piggy mix, half and half.
Let me find out where my husband.
Right here.
I am gonna.
I'll find you hubby right here.
I want one of
The
theirs.
Korean chicken cry, crocodile! That's why you call Coco Bop. Okay? Oh, there you go. You got an extra. I give you extra meat, okay?
Extra.
Coco Bop!
Coco!
The food is important, but I think it's not the most important. A lot of people actually asking me about our marketing, but I don't want to say that was the marketing purpose even. So for example, this, if my best friend making ramen, even though that ramen tastes not good, I'm okay because my friend actually making those ramen for me. We are super close. The customer and us, we remember our name each other's. We didn't have a lot of money, so we have to do something. If I have a lot of money, I can just go to TV and making a little commercial over there. But that time, I have 1 trailers, I have 2 partners. And remember, Utah have a 4-5 months strong winter. So it was super hard to survive in the food trucks. What should I do? So our first idea was, if you're following us at the social media, like Facebook, Instagram, we select 1 people per month. We're sending our food truck to their house. So we can invite 25 people, making private event. That first event was a hit really well. 5 TV channels came to us to making those videos.
Since the very beginning, we never had a loss. We always had profits, and the profit grew over the times.
It's really nice. It's unique. It's my favorite one in Utah.
What's my favorite on the menu? It's definitely the ugly Cup Bop.
I would say at least once a week, because the only time he'll spend time with me is if I'm like, hey, do you want to go get Cup Bop?
I like the combo bop. I like the rock bop chicken, but
I always order kimchi too.
Our finance was very strong. You know, we had a lot of cash flow, and then we're just growing over times.
There are a lot of rich people in the world. There are so many rich people, and there are so many smart people out there. But guess what? There are not many honest people out there.
In front of me, my husband got fired from...
I actually went to the corner and I cried. I look at my wife, she also cried on the corner.